If you were born on the 25th, or if you have a 25 life path, your energy is associated with the Knight of Wands tarot card. And this because the Wands suit in tarot represents the element fire, and fire symbolizes the soul, because the English word soul, S-O-U-L, comes from the Latin sol, S-O-L, which literally means sun, and the sun is the greatest fire of all. It's the biggest fire in the solar system. And the number 25 is a 7 because 2 plus 5 makes a 7. And the number 7 is ruled by the planet Ketu, and Ketu is the hottest planet. And Ketu is the soul planet. It's the planet of moksha and liberation. And so 7 represents wisdom gained from detachment. Wisdom that comes from detaching your emotions from the material realm and looking from within. And so this is wisdom that is gained through introspection, isolation, meditation, contemplation, observation. And the knight symbolizes the crusade, the crusader. And for those of you who doesn't know what a crusader is, the Crusades was an event in history where, during the medieval times, where the Christians and the Muslims were both fighting over Jerusalem because both of them believed that it was the Holy Land and God wanted them to have it or protect it or some shit. But all in all, a crusader just symbolizes, or the crusader or that knight, just symbolizes somebody who fights for a belief. Because that's what a knight is. A knight is a soldier, and a soldier is someone who carries out someone else's dream or someone else's ideal. And ideals are peaceful, dreams are peaceful, but wars aren't. And a war is just an ideal or a dream that is being carried out into the physical realm. And so that, all of that shows you the energy of the number 25. The 25 is somebody who fights for their beliefs. They're a crusader. Crusaders move from one area to another, carrying out their beliefs. And so 25s are the 7s that are way different from all the other 7, because these are the 7s that don't just keep to themselves. These are the 7s that are social. They actually like to interact with others. These are the 7s that want to actually express their beliefs, and with as many people as they possibly can. This is a 7 that actually wants to express their insight with the rest of the world. Most 7s don't give a fuck about expressing themselves or sharing what they know with the rest of the world. Most 7s don't really care about people. All they really care about is trying to find the deeper meaning of life. And so a lot of 7s, they do a lot of traveling, but most 7s, they travel by themselves. Because the two most troublesome numbers is 5 and 7. 5 is the traveler. 5 travels for freedom and for mental stimulation, but the 7 is the seeker. They travel to get a better understanding on life. All a 7 really wants is just to see life crystal clear. But 25s possess a superpower. And this superpower makes 25s the most famous of all 7s. This superpower makes 25s the most successful of all 7s. And this makes them the most recognized and the most loved of all 7s. If you know somebody that's a 7, and you really fuck with that person, most likely they're a 25. Because 25s have the ability to channel their emotions in order to connect with others. And they do this in order to share their wisdom or to share their insight with the world. Because 25 is a 7, but this 7, it expresses itself through the 2, which is emotions, and through 5, which is communication. And so 25s, they know how to communicate in a way that stimulates your emotions. And then when your emotions are stimulated, then they transmit that wisdom, and it gives you insight, or gives you enlightenment. 7s love enlightening others. That's why they call the number 25 the Crusader, or the Knight of Wands. Okay? And did you guys know that the most common day of birth for authors and writers all over the world is the 25th? Did you guys know that the most common number for entertainers, the second most common number for entertainers is 25. The most common is the number 17. We already talked about that. But 25 is the second most common number for entertainers. And this is because, like I said, 25s have this magical ability to channel their emotions in order to connect with others. And so 25s have the ability to make people understand or make people know what they want them to know. They're natural teachers. And the greatest teachers are actors. And the most legendary actors are all 25s. Will Smith is a 25. Al Pacino is a 25. Those of you who doesn't know who Al Pacino is, Tony Montana, he's the actor for that. Michael Corleone in The Godfather, he's the actor behind that. Scarface, the main character, that is Al Pacino. He's famous 25. Cillian Murphy is another 25. Cillian Murphy was the actor that played in the Peaky Blinders. Another 25 that all of y'all know, Leonardo DiCaprio. You know who else is a legendary actor 25? Bruce Lee. The best actors are 25s. They dominate the acting world. And this is because, like I said, they know how to channel their emotions in order to connect with others. And so these people make very effective actors because 25s are natural communicators. They do it effortlessly. They can effortlessly make people understand the most complex concepts. And 25 actors are teachers. They literally use their entire body to teach somebody about the character in the movie. And they do a great job doing it. They do an excellent job doing it. Writing is another form of teaching. But who's another famous 7 that we can know? That we can name? FitX Fearless. FitX Fearless was born on the 25th. And for those of you who doesn't know who he is, he's a famous fitness influencer that does video calls with people and teaches them how to improve their lives. And what people see in 25s as intuition is really just developed observational. It's a developed talent for observation and attention to detail that allows them to piece together the picture and come to a conclusion much quicker than others. And so all 7s are great problem solvers, but 25s, these are the 7s that think fast. These are the 7s that are able to piece things together very, very, very quickly. And so being an influencer or a counselor or an advisor or a therapist or a psychiatrist, that is perfect for a 25 because you guys know how to solve the problems of other people. And a lot of people view you guys as like mystics or like people that have these magical mind abilities. And it's because you guys have a great insight. Y'all are just able to see things that other people just can't see. And so y'all are really good at helping people organize their lives. Like I said, the most common day of birth for writers and authors is 25. So you could be a writer. Maybe you want to share what you've learned through your life and put it in the side of a book. What's another thing that we can think of? The acting world. They make excellent actors. There's also quite a lot of 7s in the music industry as well. But in a second, I'm about to name some famous 25 celebrities, so you guys can get a grip of the type of energy that the number 25 works with. But yeah, some famous 25s are Alicia Keys. We already named Will Smith. We already named FitX Fearless. We already named Al Pacino. I didn't name Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is a famous example of the Crusader. He was very vocal about his beliefs. He was way bigger than boxing. That very patriotic type of vibe that Muhammad Ali, that was a combination of the 17 and the 25. Because the most common day of birth for entertainers is 17, and the second most common day of birth for entertainers is 25. And Muhammad Ali was born on the 17th and has a Lifepath 25. So you really get to see like those energies flowing in his ass. But Aretha Franklin was a 25. Isaac Newton was a 25. We already named Cillian Murphy. We already named Bruce Lee. And then Carl Benz as well. For those of you who doesn't know who Carl Benz is, he was the person that created the Mercedes-Benz car. And then we have Katy Perry, and I already named Leonardo DiCaprio. But if you're a 25 out there, the biggest thing for you is that all 25s, just like 7s, you guys crave a deeper meaning behind life. You guys are not materialistic whatsoever, so do not chase materialistic pursuits. A famous 25, Will Smith, he has a video where he's talking about how he wished everyone got exactly what they wanted just so they could see how empty and meaningless the material realm is. And now you're going to have to find fulfillment within yourself. He's a famous 7 telling you that. But you guys will gain materialistic success when you pursue a deeper meaning behind life. And once you find this deeper meaning behind life, make sure that you pursue a career that allows you to express your insight. You have to be able to teach people in some form or some capacity. Any career that allows you to teach other people or communicate ideas or communicate your insight to others, that's perfect for you guys. To learn more about my numerology teachings, click the link in my profile bio and read my book, Supreme Mathematics. Or if you like reading, just book a session. You can also find that in the link in my profile bio. But have a great rest of your day.